YouTube, man. We back with another video. I don't know exactly what I'm picking up right now. I've already been out probably about a week right now. Just came off about two $3 mile, $2 $3 rate per mile loads. So those got me pretty right. This one's only doing about $2 a mile, going all the way to Missouri. And shoot, you already know how it is. It's bill week, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go ahead and get to the business, man. See what this load got going for us. And I want to say one more thing. Your boy has not dropped some sauce for you guys in a long time. However, this video, we dropped some sauce for you guys. This video, we are letting you guys know some of the hidden expenses that you deal with when you get in the hot We literally have completed our first load check just now. Trailer is still dusty. I really need to get to a truck wash, a blue beacon to be exact. But yeah, we got these jokers twisted so they don't flop in the wind, especially these bad boys right here. And shoot, that's really it. That's really all there is to it. Weighed a lot. The load weighed a lot less than I thought it did. They, on the paperwork it said 7,000 pounds, but it ended up being 3,000 pounds. So I could have put something with it, but I got like 1,000 miles to go. 1,000 miles to go. And I got to change these fuel filters in this truck. Once I get where I'm going in, I got to stop by my mechanic real quick to pick up some extra clamps and stuff, that they went ahead and ordered for me. Just some backups, but that's a lot to do. And I don't know, I just don't want to waste any time. So at Texas, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves, man. Everybody truck out here just straight dirty. I don't know if it's all the dust and everything out here. Everybody on construction sites, that's probably what it is. But man, this is ridiculous. Y'all need to clean up your roads, some take a blower to something, but this is straight ridiculous. Ridiculous. This right here, YouTube, is exactly why Hotshotters don't get their truck washed. As soon as you get it washed, end up in a mud hole. We out here getting it. We're getting it. Right now, it's 5:18. 5:30 to go pick up this load. It's a Friday. I'm empty. Yes, I picked up and dropped one today, but I'm still trying to get this other load, to come out to good end on Monday and keep it pushing. And it takes me to Dallas rather than the middle of nowhere, Texas. And because I'm coming out of Big Lake, Texas. So if you know, you know. Ain't nobody trying to be stuck out here on Monday either. So I'm trying to get this load going to Dallas. That way I go ahead and that way I can go ahead and make it to whatchamacallit. Potentially find something to head up out of Texas, and then spend the last week out over the road. It'll be going into my 3rd week, and so we got to start working our way home, man. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get to my driving. Mind you, my blower motor just went out of my truck. It is what it is, man. But let's go see if we can get this old, man. Y'all pray for your boy. Like I said, we getting it. Check out the vibe. Open road. It's my road. My road today. One last thing. The broker tried to call my phone. Don't call me. Don't call me. I'm not answering the phone until I grab the load. I'll let you know. I already contacted the shipper. They already know what's happening. You know what I mean? They closing the door at 5:30. We gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? We are going to make it happen. The Lord is on my side. I'm trying to tell y'all. Anyway, let's get to it. Oh my God, Nessa, you got me slowing speeds. That is not good. Nessa need the power stroke today. We are power stroking today, Nessa. I be babying you all the time. It's time for you to work for your boy. Let's get it. No! That's what my time. I was down to 5:18 on the clock, now I'm down to 5:19. They're gonna mess around and just go ahead and make me go ahead and go, despite if the road is closed or not. If I sit here one more minute and this light has not changed, I am gone in the wind. I don't care. They can figure the rest out later. But this is absolutely ridiculous. Because I don't see, there's nobody. Let me zoom in for y'all real quick. There is nobody over there. Nobody. So why am I sitting here? There we go. Boom. I hit gas. Go. We off this. We ain't trying to blow no head gasket, so we're gonna take it easy on the takeoff. But as soon as we get up to speed, it's lit. I didn't burn this person up here. They messed around and passed me. She passed me thinking she doing something. But no, she ain't doing nothing. If I was empty, I'll show you something. I'll show you something. What's going on, YouTube? Your boy has made it out. We unloaded with that sauce. Let me zoom out for you. Yes, Nessa did her thing on these Texas streets. Home, right where she belong. But your boy is about to get to the darn truck stop. Chill. I may drive for a little bit. I don't know, man. I'm so freaking tired. You know, I've been up mad long, pretty much since 4 a.m. just doing stuff. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm gonna go find me a truck stop, like I said. Whether I drive a little bit, I don't know. It's only a 4-hour drive. Headed to Dallas, you know, dropping off on Monday. And shoot, that's pretty much it, man. I'm probably just gonna, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna drive tomorrow morning. I'm a morning person, not an evening person. I'm gonna get my relax on because I've really been getting it. Stress level through the roof, but we made it. Got the paperwork, we good. Anyway, Hotshot with me out, man. Y'all stay tuned. Have a blessed weekend. Peace. What's going on, YouTube, man? We actually here. We in the truck. We in the 6-0. We not in Woody. This is the new office, you feel me? And I think your boy got it set up. Comment down below. Let me know how you feel about the setup. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the sauce of what I was trying to tell you guys earlier. We're here to discuss the hidden expenses that you deal with in Hotshot Truck. And we're going to kind of go a little broad, then go narrow. And I got some screenshots to help you guys see what I'm talking about, you know. Now, also, comment down below and let me know what you guys are spending. You know what, if anything differs from what you guys are seeing out there, you know, if there's a better option, because this does help everybody else who's trying to get into the industry. You know what I'm saying? That's all we are trying to do out here, man. We're just trying to help everybody, you know, serve others, and then just make sure we all get this money, because there's plenty of it out here, you know, to help, you know, us all. Because shoot, if you help somebody else, that means guess what? You just probably fed their family, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the sauce. Now, we're kind of going to go broad, I think, and then we're going to go a little bit small. We're going to go on a business standpoint, and then we're going to go on a everyday hot shotting standpoint. And it's not much, but these are some of the things that a lot of people don't tell you, you know, when you get into the industry and what you have to look forward to. So now, the first thing, and these are in no particular order, no hierarchy, nothing like that. So we're just going to talk about the business costs every year that you're going to have to spend when you get into this industry. Number one is your apportion tag renewal. Now, I'm going to show you what I spent in like 22 or 23, something like that, of what it cost me to renew, you know, my portion of the apportion tag. Now, here it is up on the screen. It's normally about around $1,000 every year for your tag to, renew that. So that's something they don't tell y'all. It's mad expensive to renew your tag every year. Go ahead and make sure you got an extra 1,000 in the bank, you know what I mean, just to go ahead and pay for that. So number 2, you also have, now mind you, there's 2 options. This is just my personal experience. Now we used Marquee, I believe, as a what's it called, agency, for our insurance, which we have insurance through Berkshire Hathaway. And previously what we do is, we would have a period in which we would shop around for insurance, and they actually not necessarily waived it, but we didn't have to pay 1 month of insurance for the year. But then that means when we got a different set of insurance, we had to double the price up. So every year at the time we had it set up, whereas, we was paying double the insurance, to account for the 1 month that we had to shop, or to account the 1 month we didn't pay in order to shop around. That sucked, so now we done swapped it up. Now we're good with the insurance the way it is. It was decreasing, but from what we're hearing, everybody's insurance is going up, especially Progressive. So this particular time around, I think we're doing a whole lot of shopping around. So we're just going to try to continue that, month by month payment, and not do any shopping, not skip that month. That way we're not hit with a double insurance payment come the following month, because it doesn't feel like you saved some money. It really skipped a month, or it's very hard. It's very easy really to just go ahead and use the money for something else, that you may need to do, and then still have to come up with double the amount of money for the insurance the following month. You know what I'm saying? So that's something you got to think about depending on what you do. But just know that your insurance does renew every year. So however that works out for you all, I don't know how Progressive works, just how that played out. Now, every year you also have to update your UCR. Now your UCR is it's really not that much. I want to say it's probably, I'm gonna throw it up here in the screen again too. You know what I'm saying? But that's still another expense that you have to do every single year. You always have to update your business paperwork for the commercial industry. Now you also have to update your IFTA, as we all do know, especially, well, not especially, the CDL guys. We got to update our IFTA, actually quarterly, you know what I'm saying? So not yearly, but quarterly. So that's another expense that you're gonna have to worry about. It's always a couple $100. And then every year, you also got to pay for your what's it called, your stickers. Your stickers are not much, but that's still an expense, that you do have to pay for every year. It's not free, you know what I mean? So now, those are the big things off the top of my head, in which I'm also referring to my phone, you know what I mean? That way I can I had kind of compiled a list, of things that, just came across my mind, of stuff that sucks when it comes around, every year. That'd be like, dang, man, I forgot about that. I got to pay for that. Or, just to, remain compliant, you know what I mean? Now, comment down below if I'm missing anything, you know what I'm saying? This is not a list me saying this is all of it. This is just the list that I have compiled. Now we're gonna get into OTR, while you're over the road. These are your over the road expenses. People don't necessarily tell you about that. Really, number one, can really write off or include it in your business expenses, but it's just something that you will have to pay, that nobody's gonna pay for you. But anyway, I think the first thing that is highly important, and I'm not gonna say it's debatable, I really just think it's just necessary. You will have to buy fuel additives for your diesel fuel. As you know, as you may have heard, or if you do not know, like I said, this is for the people who are trying to get into Hotshot, and they're probably gonna buy a truck, don't really know, maybe never even owned a diesel truck, something like that, but you will have to buy fuel additives, in order to really save your injectors, clean your injectors, just overall just treat your fuel so that you're getting the maximum power and fuel efficiency, out of your performance of your vehicle, because every fuel around isn't great, you know what I'm saying? For example, something I've recently done, I stopped using Mudflap as much, not because it's not a good discount app. It is just it's just the fact that they will take me to very cheap fuel spots that may have biodiesel, which I have a 07. biodiesel should not be going in this truck at all. You know what I mean? If I can help it, I am staying clear away from it. Now, mudflat, when I get in the areas out like Midwest, like right now I'm in Texas, there's places that will have biodiesel and you don't want it. And now even the East Coast is starting to get I've been seeing a lot of biodiesel on the East Coast, and you got to make sure which pump you go into. And I try to stay away from the junk as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're gonna say like 15% or 20% biodiesel. No, maybe 5. You know, but anything else, I'm trying to avoid at all costs. Even your TA be having like biodiesel sometimes. You know, you just really have to read your pumps and pay attention to them. But either way, fuel additives are necessary, and that's an expense that you're gonna have. Now, there's 2 types of fuel additives that I particularly use and have used. Number 1 is Hotshot Secret. I ran that for like 2 years. I don't really have anything against the fuel additive, but the Stiction Eliminator is, you know, I'm not really convinced that everybody should be putting it in all of their applications of every single truck. I'm not convinced. Maybe they know something otherwise, but I have a theory that I'm not gonna, you know, push onto you guys because it's just a theory. But it is an option out there. However, that's one thing, and actually that's another thing, a Stiction Eliminator. A Stiction Eliminator is something you could buy, you know, to help the stiction, the friction, the static and the friction inside, inside your motor when it comes to your fuel injectors and all that, and all that other stuff. You don't want any of those components, you know, sticking or causing friction, you know, stiction. Now, because also, for those of you who do not know, the diesel in America is not as good as the diesel overseas or like European diesel. So realistically, we actually have to add fuel additives in order to get the maximum performance out of our engines, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Now, moving on, showers. You got to take a bath out here. If you're out here like me, I'm about to be going into my 3rd week over the road. I know you can tell my little mustache growing out, facial hair. Need to find me a razor, but my other one broke. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped taking it on the road with me. I need to get me another one. But showers is something that you're gonna have to get. Now, showers these days, unless you have your fuel card where you done racked up your points, please get your points, please get your points, please get your points, because you'll be able to shower for free. Right now we have the OTR fuel card, you know what I'm saying, that TA, Petro, all that other stuff. You rack up the fuel, you rack up the showers, you know what I mean, and maybe even a reservation for your parking. You know, you just continue to roll them over that way. You don't have to pay the like I'm about to tell you, the $16 to $20 for a shower, you know, however, whatever that interval is for you. You know, we just gonna put it like that. Now, like I said, showers, $16 to $20. Now, the next thing, hotels. At some point in your hotshot career, you probably will stay in a hotel. Now, I recommend the CLC Lodging, you know, app, get a membership, whatever the case may be. And when you do that, it will give you a discount on your hotels, and your hotels will probably be like $95, something like that. With you running the AC, you're gonna run a little bit more fuel. You know, you idling your truck constantly, that's gonna run you a little bit more fuel, and it's actually damaging, you know, your motor. You're adding engine hours to your motor, which is actually increasing or decreasing the oil life, you know, over time. Now that we touched on that, idling is also an expense you're gonna have to take into consideration, because idling, at least for me, this is based off my experience and my numbers, I use almost a quarter of a tank idling, well, a quarter of a main tank idling for a full night. I'm talking about a full, let's just say 10 hours. That will almost put me right at a quarter of a tank, which is about $15, $20, something like that. You know what I mean? So it's not that big of a deal when you're out here making the money you make being a hotshot in the idle. However, like I said, it's not really the best for your motor anyway. So I try to avoid idling as much as possible nowadays. And when I first got into this business, I was idling like crazy, you know what I mean? But now I'm trying to do that as least as possible to save the longevity, you know, of the motor that I particularly have. You know, so that's just my personal, you know, you could call it pro tip. I'm gonna call it pro tip. Now, the next thing, a basic wash at a truck stop. Now, some of you don't get truck wash. I understand why you've seen my video previously of what's been happening over the road, or probably my last clip of me showing I just got truck wash, but then I went through a little mud pit and boom, mud on my tires. So some of you be like, Bump, getting the truck wash, I'm not doing it. But for you real truckers out there that believe in taking care of what you got going on, and your vehicle is a representation of you, whether it's the inside and the outside, all the sides, everything, you will be getting your truck wash. And it also is better for business. showing up clean. You know what I mean? It's really better for business. It's better for the scale houses. It's better all around because it makes people underthink, or people automatically assume that this person takes care of his equipment, therefore he's going to take care of my freight, he or she, etc., etc. So now, a blue beacon, basic wash, $45 to $65. You can get the Rain X, you can get tire shine, you know, it just depends. But a basic wash, I just actually paid a basic wash at a Blue Beacon and it cost me $45 over here in Texas. So that's to let you know. And I paid, the most I paid is $65 for a full wash, and I think it was Rain X plus the tire shine. Don't quote me on it, but you know, it was up there in the $65 range for a Hotshot. So now that's the truck wash situation. Now you can also go find you a drop your trailer, or sometimes you may not even have to drop your trailer depending on where you are. But you can also go to a random car wash and then, you know, wash your car at the little, you know, self-serve, you know, situation, and that's something that you can do. It's gonna run you up, you know, maybe like $10, something like that, which is a little bit cheaper, a lot cheaper actually. But that's another expense. If you plan on being your best out here and stewarding what you have, you will get your truck washing, and that will be an expense for you. Now, laundry at a truck stop, you know, on average for me that's been like $250. You know, I use the CSC, you know, mobile app a lot of places, and it's like $250 every load. So I'm talking about for your wash, for your laundry and for your dryer. For those of you who never used the laundromat, that's you know, around about the prices these days. You know, some laundromats like probably like $150, something like that, but generically speaking, across the board, it's probably gonna be about $250 for a load. Now, next, e-pass. Now, when you're out here, some of you are maybe northerners, and like all y'all know about e-passes and all this stuff, or any sort of pass to get you on the toll roads from state to state. But when you get a generic, you know, universal pass for, you know, kind of all the states, you're gonna have to put money on that card. You know what I mean? And it may run you $100, you know, in a day, and it also could run you, I don't know, $100 in a week. You never know. But a e-pass, money on your e-pass is something that you're gonna have to consider when you're getting this business. You're gonna have to put money on it. And if you're going from like, I don't even know, Illinois to West Virginia, it's gonna rack up. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about, you know, $20 to $100 with the quickness. So that's something that you also are gonna have to think about. Now let's get into the little small potatoes. Let's get into the apps. Now, subscriptions. These are the subscriptions I personally have, and I have switched them up over time, but currently right now, these are the subscriptions that I have that I have to pay for on a month-to-month basis, you know, as part of my expenses as well. So number one, the first expense is your load board. Some people run both DAT, some people run truck stop. There are other load boards out there. I just run truck stop right now. I have like the basic, you know, plan or whatever, and that's $39. Here's I'll throw up in the screen what I just, you know, they just took out my account. You know what I mean? So I think DAT is almost $10 more now. I think they're like $45, $49, something like that. And I was running DAT for pretty much all of my Hotshot career until probably the last like 6 months. I swapped over to truck stop to test it because everybody was saying it is better. It's definitely an adjustment when you swap over. I'm not really sure if it's better or not, but I do like it. You know what I'm saying? When I get over here to Texas, I feel like it's a little, you know, the lows really go really quickly. But when you're, you know, up north, you know, in the sweet spot of, you know, kind of the Hotshot lane up there, you know, it's very easy to get loads and call on loads, and they're not gone or anything like that. You don't really have to worry about that much. And that's just with the regular plan. They do have a like $100, $130, $20, something like that plan where you're supposed to get the loads instant, like 2 or 3 minutes faster than everybody else. Something like that. I don't know if that's actually true, but the $39 one has been working for your boy for a minute. You know, I had one particular 3-day, like, I think I was actually in Texas again, and those days was very tough. It was like every load was like coming off the board, and it was like 0 minutes on my end, but they were saying they'd been on load board for like, on truck stop for like a couple minutes. I'm like, man, how did I miss that? But I guess it's just the instant thing. But you can pay for that, $100. If you got truck stop and you got the basic plan of truck stop and the basic plan of DOT, you could just put it, you know, get the expedite or get the premium plan or whatever it is for truck stop for the same price and just eliminate one of them. You know what I mean? So it just kind of depends on what you want to do. Now, The next subscription I have is DriveWise. This is your pass that takes you, through the weigh station, so you don't have to, really pay attention to the signs or the weigh station signs. Like right when you get there, it's already on your phone. So when you get like 2 miles, when you're approaching 2 miles, to the weigh station, it goes ahead and tells you what you're gonna do, whether you're gonna bypass or you got to pull in unless closed or follow road signs, whatever the case may be. DriveWise is definitely one of the subscription apps that you want to, download, and it costs me $17.99 a month to have that. Now, weigh my truck. You guys need to be weighing your truck, to understand how much you are empty, so that you know how much you want to put on it based on your registration. You know what I'm saying? If your equipment is registered for 44,000 pounds, you need to weigh your truck and your trailer together with everything in it, all your stuff. Equipment, everything, and then see what that is. The app, or when you scale, like when you go to the scale, 9 times 10, like the cat scale, anywhere, like kind of the major truck stops or whatever, it costs you roughly about $13, $13, to weigh your truck and get that ticket. You know what I mean? I'll show you my last one. My last one was like 13 and some change, something like that. But yeah, it costs to actually get your, your stuff weighed. But the next biggest thing that you have is your electronic logs. So I don't know what you all plan on using, but I personally use Easy Logs, and that's what the company's been running, and it costs us $30 a month to use that system. I think it's like a little less, but we're just gonna rough roundabout and say like $30. And that's how much it costs. So that's another expense that you have to pay for monthly, that I have to pay for a month as part of my trucking subscriptions, in order to stay rolling. Now, the last one is your GPS. Now, you can get a Garmin, and everything's free. You just got to pay the upfront cost of the Garmin, the mounts, whatever the case may be, connect it to your phone, yada yada yada. Or you can also get Trucker's Path, which a lot of truck drivers use. Trucker's Path is an app. There's different memberships. I'm gonna throw them up in the screen. I think like the biggest one is like Diamond or something like that. I actually have Diamond, and you can do, the perk of it is just being able to do unlimited stops and all this other stuff. But that's just the one that I have. I just went ahead and just paid for it because they were kind of annoying me with the emails, so I kind of got suckered, I ain't gonna lie. But it is what it is, man. I just went ahead and pushed the button on that. But either way, Trucker's Path varies. But either than all of those are just that's pretty much sums it up, man. Aside from the main stuff that you all already know about, the cost of your straps and all that other stuff, if you want to know a detailed description of what you actually need to Hotshot as far as equipment and what I actually have, I have plenty of videos as far as setup, stuff, that I've gone over that in the past. I probably will do an updated video because I have changed like little things here and there, but for the most part, I have made that content before for you guys. Go and check it out, go find it. It's down there, it's in the videos somewhere. That's all there is to it, man. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Hotshot with me out. I'm gonna get some rest. Y'all take it easy, man. Stay blessed. Peace.